Hey, thanks for checking out this clip from the After Files. We're live almost every Thursday night directly after the episode premieres. So thanks for checking this out and hope to see you live next week. All right. Well, there they go. You guys take a quick break. Low Earth orbit is between 99 miles and 1,200 miles away. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough, NASA. What do you got?
Miles away. The moon is claimed to be 238,000 miles away. That's a big difference.
Yes.
This is the spacecraft that's going to take humans to explore the solar system. It's the next big step for NASA in exploration.
Called the Orion Multipurpose Crew Vehicle, or MPCV, this next-generation spacecraft will enable America to explore beyond low Earth
The
orbit.
plan that NASA has is to build a rocket called SLS, which is a heavy lift rocket. It's something that is much bigger than what we have today, and it will be able to launch the Orion capsule with humans on board, as well as landers or other components to destinations beyond.
How's that? Did that fix the echo?
On Earth orbit. Right now, we only can fly in Earth orbit. That's the farthest that we can go. Right now, we only can fly in Earth orbit. That's the farthest that we can go. And this new system that we're building is going to allow us to go beyond and hopefully take humans into the solar system to explore. So the moon, Mars, asteroids, there's a lot of destinations that we could go to, and we're building these building block components in order to allow us to do that eventually. The moon, Mars, the moon.
Kinds of technologies that we're testing out on Space Station are definitely helping us with our goals of going beyond low Earth orbit.
A set of crewed flights will test and prove the systems required for exploration beyond low Earth orbit.
It was all recorded on the.
Still getting reverb. Yeah, I know you saying that it was my mic, but I had my mic muted. It's going to be audio routing because we had some issues today with echo. Casey, I know it's annoying. I see it, Tom. I see it, Tom. All right, I'll give it one more try. And if we're still echoing, then that just means we get a bit of an early night, which I think is going to be okay. That'll be okay, right? Have an early night?
That'll be okay.
These telemetry tapes. So where is this hard evidence?
I haven't seen anything that indicates the telemetry data is even in existence, and as I said, even if we had it, we don't have the machines to play it back.
But your own research has shown the telemetry data is missing.
That's right.
Could this be true? Mankind's first interplanetary exploration and the original science data is missing? If it's anywhere, it should be here at NASA's Goddard Space Center in Maryland, home to the National Space Science Data Archives.
This film you're making now, what is it?
This is a film trying to prove that Apollo 11 happened.
Does it have a name? I mean, do you have a name for it?
No, Matt, it's not. It wasn't my mic. I was muted. I just switched routing. See how the. Tell me if this works.
Yet, or
you're calling it Did We Go?
Did we go? Okay.
Doesn't have it either. The Smithsonian doesn't have it. Johnson doesn't have it.
Right. We.
All right, now I'm back, unmuted, and so echo's fixed, and we're good. All right, awesome.
We've been unable to track it down. I mean, we don't know where this telemetry data ended up, and we don't know what path it may have taken. So, unfortunately, I'm afraid I can't really give you much of a clue as to where this data ended up and whether it still exists or not.
I don't know why that's not the biggest scandal of the century. Is that the data is missing, the tapes are missing. Well, we don't have the technology. I honestly don't. Not being cute or funny, I don't know why that's not a huge scandal, why there's not outrage over that. But there is a context warning from YouTube, so there's that.
Closer look at this.
Okay. So now we've got two pictures of Jupiter many years apart. Take a look at
Those
this.
are two images provided from NASA of Jupiter. Here's the problem. Again, 2016, 2014. What's the difference here? The difference is they added the supposed auroras on the north. And this is nothing but a Christmas tree. Give me a break. Take a look here. I mean, all the clouds from the same exact position. Just the 2016 image is a bit, I would say, darker. It's a bit lighter in 2014. Here's a side-by-side. People can't see what's taking place here with NASA. Nothing more than fakery. I mean, give me a break. This is
Now, NASA said that the clouds on Jupiter just move so super slowly, so that's why they don't change. But if you look at these pictures, they are identical. Like there's every tiny dot.
an insult. You have a brain in your head.
You live in a stationary ball with moving clouds? Okay. There's that one. Or a spinning ball with stationary. Oh. Well, I thought it was...
So I keep digging a little bit deeper.
All right, we covered this in the Mars video where we showed how they're faking the color.
And I finally get underneath this cloud cover here, and a few images pop up. And I said, oh, images, what are they? Oh, this is what you got, which I'm sure that looks familiar to you, right? Looks just like the pictures they give us of Mars. So I'm just kind of creeping around here and definitely noticing the same kind of undulation changes and same kind of rock, same kind of dirt. Only thing that's missing is that nice little red tint that they
I mean, this is exactly what Mars looks like, right?
pay somebody $150,000 a year to put on there. Right? Whose orange Hummer is this? Okay, that looks like a NASA symbol. Well, let's dig a little further because I can't really see anything on here other than certainly looks like a NASA symbol. And I can't read that. Tried. Cameras set up, tents, ATVs, food. They've been there a while.
Craft service.
It's not a one-day trip. With their antenna set up out in the middle of nowhere in Greenland. Another ATV. Leveler equipment.
Remember, we have that picture from Mars that it looks like there's a little rodent behind the rocks. That the official word is that's just rocks that happen to look like a rodent, but it's a specific rodent that's specific to this part of Greenland. All right, I'm just scrubbing to a couple of good ones. All right. Okay, so the pics of Earth are fake. I bet you're going to tell me that they filmed their videos in Hollywood next.
In reading too much, but I've since grown out of that and I enjoy reading now. And I played a lot of sports. And all of that happened in a little town called York, Maine, across the United States from where we're talking to you right now. Across the United States from where we're talking to you right now. Across the United States from where we're talking to you right now.
I mean, at least they're trying to make her hair look real, but is that what it... Whenever they show women with long hair in space, it always goes just straight up. Not out. Next clip is filmed live from quote-unquote space. This is crazy.
And let's enlist the help of a friend. Paxi. You might know her.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't figure out by now, I'm going to be the first man to actually tell you this, that teleportation is officially real. We are live in the ISS, and let's go back and relook at that clip again. You see, now watch. Oh, wait. See, this, ladies and gentlemen,
What is this?
should let you know that this is only done through the usage of chroma key. This is chroma key technology. This is green screen or blue screen technology. That's what is being utilized here. This is simply virtual reality that is actually being fed to you, and you're taking this virtual reality, making it the reality. When in fact, all this is simply just virtual CGI, computer generated images. So you decide for yourself. If we have the technology to build the space station and have people go and live in the space station for months and months at a time, and they are there constantly reporting back to Earth
Look at
the
this.
things that they are
When I
finding
first
there.
saw this, I was like, what
Then the question
am I
is,
missing?
why go through all this
Look at it.
trouble as far as faking the space station itself? Why go through the trouble of faking these people in space
fades
who are
away.
supposed to be the astronauts who are
He
in
fades
space
out.
and have their arms disappear from the screen just like that?
He fades
Why
out.
have that? Why go through all that trouble?
So this video is an astronaut explaining the mission. It's not like practice footage or anything. Watch closely.
Our Dan sat in the pilot seat during this operation, sort of monitoring the motion of the vehicle, making sure that it was steady and that there were very few vibrations of any sort. Here's a picture of the INSAT actually being deployed from the spacecraft. You can see that the deploy went very smoothly. At the moment,
Did you see it in the background? There was a guy in the background, man. I'm not kidding you. You can't deny that that's someone in the background. There's a guy moving in the background.
It is.
Here, watch it again. Watch it closely. I looked up, or I tried to look up the size of this rocket. I found this picture. You can see it's massive. So if that rocket is in space and if there's a guy in the background in that footage, that means that there are like giants, like insane big giants floating around in space looking at NASA. That's probably why they don't dare to go back to the moon and why they hide so much stuff.
Delta, you could be right. It could be a reflection. We covered that. This is just someone's video. I can't take credit for the music or the commentary. Yeah, that shouldn't be doing that. Shouldn't be doing that. Look, you could say that
is flying at 17,000 miles per hour, 200 miles.
you could say vibration does some of that, but look.
If the spacesuit fails, the difference in pressure will kill him instantly.
This could be a serious problem because you don't want your stop motion toy to die in space.
As White floats in space, a glove drifts out of the capsule.
Oh, so a garden glove floating off makes it real? You're telling me there's an astronaut in space with no glove and a bare hand exposed? And what blew it away? The wind?
Today, those pictures are
solar
classic.
wind.
They're still overpowering today to realize, number one, it's been done, and that we did it. It blew me away.
How easy it was to deceive everyone. It was quite easy, actually.
We all know NASA uses wires, and sometimes they'll catch them like this here. The guy pulled on his wire. However, some days when you're filming live, things just don't work out, and it becomes so blatantly obvious, it's ridiculous. So in this clip, they're talking live feed, and we have a astronaut go by us in the background, obviously trying to give it a more realistic, spacey, station busy effect. The only problem is the camera that was supposed to mask this harness out, or the video feed, is not working. And so we see the guy come flying along in a harness on his wires. pretty amazing. But that's not all that goes wrong here. Channel in 3D space. It's virtual reality. They're wearing augmented contact lenses so that they can interact with these 3D objects. Now, in this scene, the guy on the left in the green shirt, he thinks he sees an object in 3D space that's being broadcast to him. So he grabs it and he puts it off to the side. He's looking straight ahead because he's looking at an object rotating in front of him, but the video channel is down that is supposed to show the viewers what we're supposed to see.
There.
And so we don't actually get to see the object that he has seen. And I would just sum this up as a very terrible, bad, horrible day.
Yeah, the augmented contact lenses, I don't buy it either. But, you know, if it's green, and I'm not even sure it's green screen, but this astronaut is definitely looks like he's manipulating something.
For NASA doing live feeds. As much fun as this was, there is a time coming when you and I will not be able to tell the difference.
Okay, why? All right, this is real people shooting rockets straight up with cameras. Okay, you got it.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Best hobby ever. How awesome. Because of the firmament, says Aaron. Yeah, someone send this to Joe Rogan. Is Ryan Jay. There comes the firmament. What? And look, I'm not a flat earther. I'm not. But I have to admit, I enjoy the videos. I really enjoy them. Hard to find these on YouTube. That looks like Admiral Byrd.
So, NASA is fake, big deal. How does this affect me? Blah, blah, blah. Or you're thinking, no, there's no way my heroes could be lying to me. There's no way that this whole world is in on this big scam. This is just too much. And that's what I would have thought too. But here is what they are hiding and why NASA formed in the first place. Pay attention.
Admiral Byrd, you've been to both the North Pole and the South Pole. Is there any unexplored land left on this Earth that might appeal to adventurous young Americans?
Yes, there is. And not up around the North Pole, because it's getting crowded up there now, because they find out it's really usable, not only to live in, but militarily. But strangely enough, there's left in the world today an area as big as the United States.
So this is Admiral Byrd, who allegedly went into the inner Earth.
That's never been seen by a human being. And that's beyond the pole on the other side of the South Pole from Middle America. And I think it's quite astonishing that there should be an area as big as that unexplored.
That's a tremendous
So
challenge.
there's a lot of adventure left down at the bottom of the world. A number of expeditions that will follow, I think, year after year, at the bottom of the world, because the government has really become interested. I tell you one reason they're interested. It's by far the most valuable, important place left in the world for science. That's why the scientific groups all over the nation are really interested. But more important than that, it has to do with the future of the nation, those to come after us, or even during your lifetime. Because it happens to be an untouched reservoir of natural resources. You know, as the world shrinks with an ever-increasing acceleration.
All right, I think this video might be implying flat Earth, which I don't believe, but there is some weird stuff going down in Antarctica, and we should probably cover that on another After Files. I always forget the guy's name, the scientist who works down there. He's got a crazy website and a lot of stories. The things that the government is doing down there, like artificial earthquakes and weather manipulation. And look, I don't believe a lot of it, but I'm really entertained by it. The NASA like image manipulation, can't deny that. Some of the astronaut stuff, you know, if this video is saying that this guy's in a harness, but in NASA's defense, that would be hard to do with wires. That would be hard to do with wires. Right? Wires would be there. That'd be hard to do. But some of them are undeniable.
That is much bigger than what we have today, and it will be able to launch the Orion capsule with humans on board, as well as landers or other components to destinations beyond Earth orbit. Right now, we only can fly in Earth orbit. That's the farthest that we can go. Right now, we only can fly in Earth orbit. That's the farthest that we can go. And this new system that we're building is going to allow us to go beyond and hopefully take humans into the solar system to explore. So the moon, Mars, asteroids, there's a lot of destinations that we could go to, and we're building these building block components in order to allow us to do that eventually. The moon, Mars, the moon.
Eventually we'll be able to get there. All right, there's just a couple of those. I'll drop, if you want to see the whole video, I'll drop it in the chat. A lot of it is wacky conspiracy stuff, but some of it's really interesting. If you want to go down a rabbit hole. All right, we'll do a couple of super chats and then we can get you guys out of here. You can't be here all night. MX can't pass the Van Halen belts. You can't pass the Van Halen belts. Watch out for those cords and wires sticking out. Yep. Stuff on the floor behind them isn't floating. No, but they say that's all tied down. But you can see, like the papers moving, but that could just be, the ventilation. But
the moon.
Kinds of technologies that we're testing out on space station are definitely helping us with our goals of going beyond low Earth orbit.
A set of crewed flights will test and prove the systems required for exploration beyond low Earth orbit.
But there's a lot of explaining to do there. Mark Snappy Lehman for 10. Did the Plum Island cows have hoofs because they lack toes?
Funny stuff.
I don't know what Gino's pointing at.
The chat.
I put the mouse in the private chat
Oh.
in space.
And you want that we should look at this mouse?
I mean, he's just hanging out in space, supposedly on SpaceX, in space, breathing and running around like it's nothing. Can mice breathe with no air? You might want to let it play for the first 9 seconds of the commercial it's going to show you.
No.
So, like, for the guy that looked like he was taking something and moving it, it's just like what weathermen do. Like, they're standing in front of a green screen, but they're looking at a monitor.
I was doing the same thing. Gino, can you try this on your computer? I've got pop-up blockers and ad blockers. I think it's screwing this thing up.
Okay, did that put me up? That did put me up. Okay. So let's see.
The Financial Times.
Okay. Sorry.
All right. So what we're looking at is what a mouse in space.
Yeah.
Well, no.
I gotta redo it. I'll be back in 1 second. It switched.
Autumn Reader Spreadman for 10. Hola. Patreon member and first time super chatter. Something extra for the tip jar tonight. Thanks for another amazing episode. It's one on my faves list. Well, thanks, Autumn. And thanks for joining Patreon. We appreciate that. Soul Heath. Pigs in space. Aaron, for you youngsters, that's from the Muppet Show. Aaron Sober for $9.99. Have you done anything on Flat Earth yet? If not soon, probably not, Aaron, because YouTube hates those videos and would label us a conspiracy channel. I direct people to Dr. Dave, who does a lot of debunking of the Flat Earth, and he's entertaining because he gets so emotional about it. Like, I watch them and I'm like, all right, Dave, I know you hate it, but just, you want to chill. So I send people there. I'm going to try and figure out a way to do it, but I am trying to avoid the wrath of the algorithm. You got your mouse there, Gino?
Yep, he's running around right there. It'll zoom in a little in a minute, but on the left image, he's like running around the ring of the engine. So we're gonna do a zoom in here. Yep, here he goes. Just hanging out.
What am I looking at?
Right. It was right on like the collar of that.
Yeah, let's see here. They won't let me replay it. Sorry, ad time.
Well,
Jacob W., thank you for the $19.99. I had a dangler yesterday. Unsightly, unseemly, but not unscented.
oh my gosh.
Ow, my spleen. Oh, you're going to rupture my spleen.
Sorry, they won't let me replay it.
Here's Ginsburg's Worms. The more I read, the more confused I feel. So that's one of those websites that they gives you one play and peace out.
Yeah, so I'm back again now, so we'll see. I guess we got to just keep giving these guys a free commercial here. Financial success.
I'm wondering if you ever feel the same way. The more answers I get, the more questions I have. I feel the same way, Ginsburg's Worms, especially researching these episodes. Some of them are very upsetting. All right, what am I looking at?
So around the ring, see moving on the left around the ring there, he's just chilling out right there.
Nah, I don't see it.
All right, they're going to zoom in, and right in the middle of the screen, right.
Indicate with your mouse?
Right there.
Can you see it? Does my mouse show?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it was a little mouse walked across there.
It was a creature.
Some creature. Yeah.
I mean, we're supposed to be in space, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no matter what, it's got to be too long in space for it to hold its breath.
No, but that's probably just an object coming off the engine, or ice crystals, or some chunk of something?
Well, you can see the tail. It's definitely fiber.
Crawls like a mouse.
Or a mouse?
That's crazy.
Sorry, I keep playing it, but I can't keep giving free ad space to whatever company that is.
No, we can't do that. And we can't keep you here all night for those.